Alright, so we are on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Primm here at State Line. And yeah, man, I've been staying here for years for work. So here's Primm Valley Resort. That's still open as of right now. You got the Chevron here, which I believe is going to shut down as well. I'm not sure. That part I'm not sure. But Primm Valley is the only casino that's open at the moment, but it will be shutting down. I remember when they installed all these to charge up your Teslas. Now, you do have a few little restaurants here. You have a McDonald's, you have a Taco Bell, you got another Chevron right here as well. You know what? I never even really put two and two together, knowing that there's two Chevrons like right across from each other. Yeah, but you got this Mexican spot right here. Then you got Taco Bell, Carl's Jr. as well. These are still open. They're obviously not open right now because it's super early in the morning, but they are still open for now. Now, there's a mall that's been shut down for a while. When I was, for as long as I've been staying here, I remember when this mall was open. And slowly, I saw the mall just shutting down. A little bit here, a little bit there, and then eventually it just kind of became a little bit of a ghost town. And that was it. It just shut down completely. One thing that I wasn't able to get an answer to is the lotto store. This little store right here. Now the reason why this sticks out a little bit more, that little spot there, is because that's actually California. That is the first store in California. So I wasn't able to get an answer if that is going to shut down, because like I said, that is California already. Everything on this side is Nevada. Now, I think everything is going to end up closing down. The reason why I believe everything is closing down, I mean, look, the casino, it's done. They're shutting it down. It's over. The mall, which is, you can't really see it because it's dark, it's been shut down for quite a while. But there's housing. For everybody who works here at State Line, there is no residential area. There is no spot with houses or anything of that sort. What there is these condos, this complex back here that we're making our way to, and that's where everybody lives. Now, a few people had already moved because they had shut down Buffalo Bills and Whiskey Pete's. But for everybody else who works at the McDonald's, at the Chevron, heck, even at the Lotto store, which is in California, technically California, they live in this housing unit over here. So this is the back of Primm Valley, which you drive back here and this is where trucks park. You can either park here or you can park in the front. Now straight ahead, that is where everybody lives. Anybody and everybody that works here, whether it's at the restaurant, whether it's at the casino, whether it's at the gas station, they all live right here. Now, everything's gonna shut down. This is their housing right here. And I always kind of thought to myself, like, who lives here? Or are these just vacation homes, or what is it, right? Now I know it's the complexes where everybody lives that works here. Now, everything's gonna shut down on 4th of July. And this place where everybody lives, they have till July 16th to move out. So it's life-changing for everybody who works here, because they actually have to move. Here's Buffalo Bills straight ahead. This has been shut down for a while now. I actually stayed there for years. Let's make a right, and I'll show you guys where I parked. I stayed here at Buffalo Bills for years before they shut it down, and then I started staying at Primm Valley. But this is I don't know if they're apartments or condos, townhouses, or what, but that's where they're able to stay and live. So like I said, they got till July 16th, and they're gonna have to get up and move. This is where I would come in to park. We get busted U-Ey because we actually can't go in there, it's blocked. But I will park right back there, this big old parking spot, and I would stay here at Buffalo Bills. You know, once upon a time, man, state land was booming. Dog, it was booming, man. You would pass by on the freeway and you had the famous roller coaster here. You would always see it rocking and rolling. State line was booming once upon a time. So yeah, the people that live here, they're gonna have to get out of here by July 16th. And so everybody's kind of scrambling, talking to people that I know that work here. They're kind of scrambling, like, you know, where are they gonna go? Most of them are saying that they don't want to live in Vegas. That they do not want to live in Vegas. They want to live like in the outskirts somewhere. Now let's go across to the other side. See, you guys see that? Let me see if we can get a little closer. There's that digital advertisement board. They actually redid that. Or I'm sorry, they actually built that. Man, it wasn't that long ago. Not even a year ago that they did that. And it came out beautiful, man. But alright, here's Whiskey Pete's. Now, this is the first one to shut down. From what I was hearing is that they were just gonna do some renovations, but no. This is the first one to shut down, and it's been shut down. And then they shut down Buffalo Bills, and the only thing left surviving were just the restaurants, the gas stations, and Primm Valley. Now, here is Chevron, another Chevron, and here you got the truck stop, Flying J. Flying J is shutting down, which kind of hurts because this truck stop is always booming. Dog, this truck stop is always booming, man. There's always trucks here. And it's a nice big piece of land as well. There's a lot of truck parking here. A lot of truck parking. Well, let's go this way. This truck is coming this way, so. But there's a lot of truck parking here. It's gonna hurt truckers. There's a truck stop if you go back to Gene. Got someone coming the other way. Alright. So when Whiskey Pete shut down, a few people moved, but from what I understand, they were able to find a lot of jobs for them at Buffalo Bills and Primm Valley. See, there's parking all the way back here. It goes all the way to the back. I mean, there's a lot of truck parking here. I'm just going to go ahead and spin around here. But just giving you guys an idea of how much land there is here for trucks to park. But this truck stop is shutting down. And you know, at first I was like, why would they shut it down? You know, this place is popping, man. If anything, build it even bigger. But no, I get it now. Because everybody who works here lives back there in that housing that I showed you guys. So if you got no workers, I mean, what are you gonna do? There is no other housing close by. It's quite a drive. I mean, you got what? Sandy Valley. Yeah, man, it's people aren't really going to want to be making the drive out here for the pay. As a matter of fact, talking to people that work that live in that complex and work at the casino, they said some of them don't even own cars. You know, they just walk to work, Holmes. So this digital board right here, straight ahead, they just did this. They just did this not even a year ago. I don't know how much it cost, but dog, that it had to be an arm and a leg. Just for all of it to shut down now. But yeah, man, State Line was popping. Once upon a time, this place was booming, dog. And from what I understand, once they started allowing casinos in California, because once upon a time there were no casinos in Killer Cali. But once they started allowing casinos in California, that pretty much started hurting State Line. And with more and more casinos in California, State Line it wasn't going to survive, because it really depended on Californians coming over here. But there you guys have it. All of this gone, shutting down, where most of it is pretty much shut down. But damn, sad.